Hey everyone, your girl is here. This is now officially 10:27 now. Obviously my video is up around 85%. I did want to come on and share that obviously the location one added to her story. What a freaking amazing time, guys. I might get to see what she did at work, but I'm not really sure. So obviously I'll record it with you guys, and if I choose, and I think it'll be okay, I'll obviously show it. If not, I will just obviously blur it and multiple times, or just have a picture up, obviously, and then you guys can see my expression afterwards. So obviously I think that'll be cool, right, to see what she did, obviously. I'm assuming that's what it is. But since obviously this Freaky Friday has carried into the weekend, right? And obviously we've talked about all the videos, talked about what I talked about on Friday, and I just so happened to pick them, right? And then I just missed the corn, right? And the tornadoes in the same location, tornado warning, right? So I was just like, you know what? I'm thinking that we're going to go ahead and we're going to actually look at the story. So, yeah, it'll definitely be really, really cool, right? So, yeah, officially, like I said, go ahead and check this one out, since I did just do the, finale, right? So, what a better time, right? So, let me go ahead now and, go ahead and watch it, and I'll watch it with you guys, and then, yeah, like I said, I'll officially go ahead and take my pills, brush my teeth, and go to bed. So, we're definitely very happy and excited. Let's see, what has happened, right? And also, she's been looking at me a lot recently, too. So, again, it's just a nice full circle, right? And obviously, like I said, I did just see her, too, right? So, in a different stance, right, obviously. So anyhow, guys, so those were actually pretty, specific, right, to her. So I officially won't, show them, but yeah, it's definitely cool. She didn't have on, exactly what she did, but obviously there's only so much probably that she could, record, right, in certain times, right? So obviously we saw that, right, with, there, you may have seen a new face, right, in the area. That's the location one, right? So, yeah, like I said, I just decided, it's been a long time, right? And obviously, again, like I, just said, right, and hinted at, right, tonight actually marks the, 2 whole... Jeez, my allergies are bad. Today actually marks 1 whole year, right, since the very warming sensation, right? So yeah, what a perfect time, right? Yeah, obviously. So yes, you guys know, obviously, that's what that was, right? That's what that was, right? Last year, right? Obviously at this time. So it's like, you know what? We're just gonna, do a nice little celebratory, right? Yeah, story viewing, and there we did. So, yeah, like I said, it's definitely really, really fun, right, to see her moving on up in the world, right? Who would have thought, right, that 2 years ago, right, when I saw her, right, during her building block times, right, obviously, I was rebuilding and, moving ahead at the same time, right? So, and that also goes off what I had said before with, what I've been saying a lot recently, right? Again, obviously I talked about it before on my page, but you also see that, with, school, right? So, for example, a parent doesn't want the kid to go on a field trip or whatever, right? Or the parent wants their kid to be handled this way. Well, guess what? The school has to listen, okay? The parents are the ultimate building blocks. Actually, there was one time when I was at work, actually, where a mom had said, something about, can you, like, force him, so to say, to do something? And obviously we did that then, and she's like, thank you, because I'm trying to teach him, right, that, we don't just, take stuff that isn't ours, right, and all of this, right? So it's like, yeah, you might want to teach and reprimand a kid that way, or teach them the way that you were taught. But again, you have to remember your role, right? And remember that it's the parents. It's what the parents want, right? Because that is the parents' kid. That is not your kid, right? Right. So that also goes off, a little bit different than the topic that is brought up more, right? And I agree with this, right? A lot of the times, to an extent, but not all the time, right? Nothing. The weather ends at sunny and 75 all the time, right? So, like, for example, like beating on, no, okay, no. Okay, there's a difference between putting them in their place, right, when they're giving you attitude, right, and going way too far and getting into, like, the child abuse realm, right? It's like, yeah, we don't have time for this, right? So, yeah, but like I said, still, even, if you don't agree, right? Well, obviously, again, that would be you having a severe illness, right? Mental illness of some kind, right? And you definitely need help and shouldn't be a teacher at all in general, right? If you think that, well, this is what I would do to my own children, well, then you're probably going to have CPS called on you, right? Too. So they'll get you in trouble and then they'll call CPS on your own children too. So, but anyhow, guys, like I said, I don't want to go on and on. It is now officially 10:34. So, definitely put on Vicks. Don't even lay down without the Vicks. So, anyhow, guys, like I said, I'll officially go ahead and do that. And then, yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the morning. I said it was a long day because of excitement and a long time waiting because of excitement and the number of hours up being excited. And I'm going quite a ways, and I'm going gonna have quite a surprise for me when I soak up the sun, and I sit in the sun, and I sip tequila all day. Yes, guys, that is officially what I am going to be doing here in just officially 46 days, guys. Oh my god. I literally can't believe, no, 45, my bad. So anyhow, guys, like I said, definitely this weekend here is the ticket weekend, right? So bounce off the walls, right? So obviously I am a little bit tired yet because I went all out, right? So probably take me a little bit longer to wake up this morning, but that's okay. So no, I'm not gonna use that song again. I obviously, like I said, I'm gonna feel this in the morning. Yes, guys, I am going to feel it in the morning because I am going hard tonight, guys. Yes, I am. So anyhow, guys, let me officially wake up a little bit more, but definitely go ahead and have some cereal, right, and some other stuff here this morning for breakfast. So yeah, we'll officially keep rolling here. Alright guys, so we're actually going to do a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just show the whole kit and caboodle. Then I'll show it on the counter here, and then I'll show me putting it away. So that's what we'll do. Do a little switch up here, and then we'll get breakfast. So here we go. Alright guys, let's officially flip it now this way, and let's get the stuff in. Just like that, it's all done. Alright, let's go move on to the top now. Well, actually, we have to get out the silverware first. Stop screaming like that. Wow, look at that tan line, too. Oh. Alright guys, let's officially go ahead now and do the top. Alright guys, so now I officially have to go ahead and just get my cereal around. I can't show the top just because I didn't want to take time to get out the little spider-like tripod and put you guys, I'd also have to put you guys at a strange angle, like I couldn't do it directly behind on the island, so you guys can hear my allergies are still there. Alright guys, so anyhow, I'll officially go ahead and finish this up, and then like I said, just keep following around. So let's check on Graham. Hey you, how are you? Nice.
Could have slept the whole day more.
I know.
It feels cold in here.
I was only in, you know, like an hour to 45 minutes. That's it.
You what?
I was only up later than usual by an hour to 45 minutes. But I went hog wild the past 2 days. I had like 23,000 on Friday. We got like 23,000 yesterday. It's crazy, Mumu. It was wild.
She got them though because they're in a clear plastic.
But whenever I went to the store, they were all rock hard.
Huh?
Hey everyone, your girl is here. So that was 30-second Joy video. Obviously I haven't done those recently a lot. I've just been doing standing in front of my mirror, right, with the view back here, right, whenever I wake up in the morning. So might have to, you know, and obviously, never mind. Obviously the past couple weeks, or the past couple nights here, I've done them a couple times. So, well, ever since Friday. So past couple, yeah, that would be a couple, right? Friday and Saturday. So anyhow, guys, just want to come on and share. I got 4,200 steps, and obviously brushed my teeth. You know, took the rest of my pills and all of that. So I did just look as well on the Shein, and it's supposed to be here on the 31st. So probably, you know, this week here, or maybe even before work here, I'll take some time to, you know, figure it out, or like pick out a different blue zebra, right? So just in case the product has misrepresentation, right? Like obviously it's been happening, right? So just in case that happens, right, we'll have a blue zebra on deck, right? So, and we'll have a whole month to get it done. So it's literally the day that it says, you know, it's supposed to be delivered. If it's not the day after, I'm getting it, because then I only have a month to get that final package, and you gotta get it, right? You have to get your blue zebra, Alyssa. You have to, right? So, anyhow, guys, like I said, it's definitely really, really fun here. Definitely been sitting out in the sun, just thinking about the sunshine, and then waking up and all the blue sky and a couple white clouds, and just, it's gonna be amazing, guys. Sit in the sun and sip tequila all day, guys. Yes, that's what we're gonna be doing. I can already just see it and just like feel the sand too. It's gonna be amazing, guys. I am so happy and excited for this trip, guys. So anyhow, I will also get my parasailing too, but I'll get that like a month before. So I'm coming up here in like, you know, about the middle, like right after my birthday, or just before my birthday, actually. I'll get it then. So, yeah, like I said, it's definitely going to be really, really fun. And actually, it's cool because, payday is coming up here soon, right? So, come to think of it, yeah. And because of that, I can take out a decent amount again, right? So I'm already up at 510, you know. So, take one more big hunk, right? Um, and obviously use that $18 in gas, right? So I know if it took 30 to basically fill it up full, right? Then $18, that's half of that, right? So just keep it down to about half, or even, do a quarter to 3/4, right? So that'll be cool. And like I said, we'll definitely try to hike that trail straight ahead. One of my days off here, obviously Wednesday and Thursday. I go in at 5 each day, so maybe do it on Friday, um, and try to maybe add more to my full marathon month goal today as well. So, yeah, like I said, good little set of morning updates here. Now I'm officially going to go ahead and probably watch a little bit of YouTube here, and then get that corn started. Actually, I'm going to do the corn first. So, probably start that, and I actually forget now how long it took me from start to finish. Um, but I'm probably gonna do, start that here very soon. So just want to come on, show those little updates. And yeah, I mean, there's not really much to show me cooking today, so that's why it's mainly been, a talking video with updates, right? So, yeah, like I said, definitely be really, really fun. Yesterday was a nice split, right? In the morning, right? And then in the afternoon, right? Cooking. So, yeah, like I said, it's really, really fun. So, and I also didn't share as well from last night. So obviously the way the hair is too, right? And then again, the distance as well also is very big. And it's not quite exactly, but it is the action itself of hands up, yes. But obviously that's again not entirely that context, right? And it's more at level, right? So whenever you do notice all that hair, down over the face, because clearly you don't just at one thing the whole time, right? Duh, right? Anybody knows that, right? It's not anybody who has ever touched themselves, right? So obviously, right? Everybody does that, right? At some point. And you're lying if you say you don't. Right? So it's like, yeah, those again make it easier too. It's also the tilt of the head is also really, really far apart. So yeah, but like I said, the behavior, right, the whole 9 yards, it's pretty much, yeah, it's crazy. But like I said, that one, so even though there's one thing, it's a and because the behavior ends at the exact same, right? Like I said, it's basically completely up, right? Not like, right, like holding the headphones. So because of that as well, it's just like a 50% same behavior, and then you have all those other things that are just, again, not of that realm, right? And again, different color and all of that, right? So yeah, does make it, again, that's one example of a picture that is, again, 50% one behavioral forbidden, but because that's it and it's only at 50%, well, yeah, it's actually approved, right? So yeah, I did want to come on and share that too. So yeah, but anyhow, guys, I might actually make a collage about it and just compare it side by side so I can see myself. But obviously, yes. So that will be one more collage, right? I know I said that I wouldn't do the collages, right? But I will do one more collage, right? So, anyhow, like I said, let me go ahead and do that, and then, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Also, I did forget to share as well, hang on, it just came into my head. Oh yes, with the mountain lions. So, mountain lions are examples. Whenever there's those videos, right, where the hikers are out and then they run into one, it's usually, yeah, you do see that. It like charges you and then it like goes pretty freaking close to you. Um, but then it just like does its arms, right? And I don't know what that's all about, right? Because it's not like it's actually trying to figure out what you are, right? It's like, what is this? This isn't of nature, right? And whenever I'm out and about in my daily travels, I see cactuses and rocks, right? And what is this thing standing in front of? Oh, it's a human, right? So obviously, they're obviously curious, right, or something, but they do like come up and just like, yeah, we have seen that too, actually. So come to think of it, yes, mountain lions, we do see that with where they'll charge very close and then they'll be like, okay, well, you mustn't be, prey. You mustn't be an antelope, right? Or an injured antelope, right? Um, stuff like that, right? So, um, actually, and come to think of it, yeah, it goes off Chris Young's song and Me in Florida, right? You turned around and we locked eyes, right? So I just might have to stay, right? Because obviously, if you do run, right, we know what happens. Right? So we just might have to stay here, right? Anyhow, guys, let's officially keep rolling here with today. Hey guys, so I actually just looked and it's actually insane. Obviously, the head is different. One is slanted one way, the other is slanted the other way. Obviously, though, the facial features pretty much match, but there's obviously, again, the one arm is actually not quite up the whole way. And then, well, I don't need to talk about all the differences. You guys can just see them, right? So, but yeah, like I said, so it is enough, right? Like I said, and there also isn't like any like facial expression too with Buff Babe. It's kind of just all blurred out with the hair. So again, it's actually probably now that I say that, it's probably a similar behavior at like 30%. Now that I actually compared them side by side, so similar at 30%. So that is one on Buff Babe's page, right? That is similar, but enough on the other ends of stuff that is totally different. Therefore, it can be approved, right? So, but usually I don't do that one. But again, I don't need to get into all of that and, share, right? Well, it was this many minutes on this one and this many. I don't need to do that all the time, right? But I do it for a decent amount of time after, sharing about it to obviously potentially help anyone, right? You just never know. So, anyhow, guys, I'll officially go ahead and get on going. Just wanted to come on and share that. So let me go ahead and listen to a YouTube video, and then I'll start in on the corn. So here we go. Guys, so I'm officially now going to go ahead and finish this corn here, and then I'll officially just go to work. Maybe watch more of that animals, right, being freed on break. I did just watch like 5 minutes of it while I was getting this around, but it's getting a little bit later, so nice and super excited, right, for vacay Sunday. So anyhow, guys, like I said, I'll officially go ahead and get going, and then I'll talk to everyone later. Or maybe tonight, but probably not. Definitely tomorrow, though. So talk to you guys tonight or tomorrow.